80 years ago today, on June the 6th, 1944, 160,000 Allied troops set out across the English Channel as part of Operation Neptune to storm the well-fortified Normandy beaches and start the liberation of Nazi-occupied Europe. Without this broken wire and concrete, D-Day may never have happened. This is Scotland's Atlantic Wall, and I'd like to tell you the story of it. In 1942, Adolf Hitler was becoming increasingly concerned about the chances of an amphibious assault on occupied Europe. So much so, he decided that he wanted a defensive wall built along the coast from the top of Norway all the way down to Spain. He enlisted a German engineering company, and the project was called the Atlantic Wall. The project used 1.4 million, yes that's million, slave labourers to build it, and it took them 2 years, and by 1944 it was almost complete. The wall consisted of heavy gun emplacements, machine gun emplacements, Tobruk turrets, mortar posts, and in between these fortifications there was a concrete wall that was 3 metres high and 3 metres wide, built of reinforced concrete. Now, thanks to the French resistance, the British government found out in great detail about this wall, and they set about setting up a committee to design ideas and equipment to help our troops get through this massive wall. This committee was called, believe it or not, the Anti-Concrete Committee, which I think is an amazingly cool name. So, that Anti-Concrete Committee designed special tools and special techniques for breaching the wall, and part of that was they built 5 top secret replicas of sections of the Atlantic Wall. This is one of them. Now, these walls were designed for troops to practice the special skills needed to breach the walls in Normandy. Now, this wall at Sheriffmuir was built and completed in 1943, and pretty much from then till the day of D-Day, it was used in constant use for practicing breaching and climbing over this wall. This is one of the full tank breaches designed to get a Churchill tank through. Now, I'm not sure whether you get a tank through it, but that was the idea. And further along over there is a couple of the Tobruk turrets that were on the wall, and that section was used for the troops to practice storming those turrets. All along this wall, you can see massive holes from the varying amounts of armament that were used here to be practiced. Right in front of it is a tank ditch as well. Now, after the war, this place was completely forgotten about, and as you can see, nature is doing its best to absorb it. But, you know, around this place, some people do know about it, but pretty much it's all forgotten about. Now, I hope you enjoyed it. I think this is a really amazing place. It's an amazing bit of history that's, well, like I said, pretty much forgotten about. It's a pretty windswept place. It is in the back of beyond, and that was really important to the siting of these things. In fact, the guys who built it didn't know where it was. They were brought here in covered trucks, so they did not know where the location was. Such was the secrecy of these practice walls.